Welcome back to the Empire of Kindness, the show where we explore the ripple effects of everyday compassion and how one quiet act can change everything. I'm your host, Matthew McGinnis. Today's story takes place somewhere in the clouds, 30,000 feet in the air, on a Southwest Airlines flight. It's a story about empathy, human connection, and how sometimes the kindest gestures are the ones that don't make a sound. It happened in 2016, and it began with a baby's cry. If you've ever flown, you've likely been in this situation. A baby starts crying. Not a short wail, but a full-on, nothing will calm me down kind of cry. It's stressful for everyone around. People shift in their seats, adjust their headphones, silently praying it stops. Now, imagine being the parent of that baby. You're on a crowded flight. You're exhausted. You're holding your baby, desperately trying to soothe them, and you feel the weight of 100 silent stares pressing down on you. You're not just tired, you're humiliated, powerless. You want to disappear. That's where this young mother found herself, alone, overwhelmed, and doing everything she could to quiet her child. She wasn't getting sympathy. She was getting side eyes. Except from one person, the man sitting behind her in seat 13C. He watched her struggle for a moment, then gently leaned over and asked, "Can I help? Would you like me to hold the baby for a while?" Now, imagine that, a stranger offering to hold your baby. In an age when we're told to keep our distance, to be wary, it was an unexpected offer, but there was something calm and genuine in his face. Not judgment, just care. The mother hesitated, but then, with a tired nod, she handed over her crying baby. And something incredible happened. Within minutes, the child stopped crying. The man gently bounced the baby, whispering softly, patting their back with the kind of ease that made it seem like he'd done this 1,000 times before. He held that baby, not for 5 minutes, not 10, for almost the entire flight. And the mom got to breathe, close her eyes, even nap just a little. Here's what's remarkable. He didn't just stop the crying, he stopped the spiral of panic, of shame, of exhaustion that so many parents have felt but rarely get rescued from. Another passenger, sitting a few rows away, watched it unfold. She snapped a quick photo, this peaceful moment, this man gently cradling a stranger's child, and posted it to Facebook with a short caption, "This man deserves a medal." That photo took off like wildfire. It was shared tens of thousands of times. Fox News ran the story. So did CNN, ABC, HuffPost, and local news stations around the country. The internet loved it because it reminded us that kindness exists everywhere, even at 30,000 feet. The man didn't want attention. He wasn't angling for a viral moment. In fact, he didn't even know the photo had been taken until people started sending him links. He later said, "I just saw someone who needed a hand, so I gave one. That's it." Simple, but not small. His friends later shared that this wasn't unusual for him. He was just that guy, the one who always noticed when someone needed help, who carried groceries for elderly neighbors, who showed up when people moved apartments, who made time even when it wasn't convenient. The man in 13C wasn't extraordinary because he did something dramatic. He was extraordinary because he paid attention. In a world full of distractions, that's no small thing. And here's the thing. This story could have gone very differently. That mom could have been ignored, dismissed, left to struggle alone while the people around her turned inward, as we so often do in public spaces. But one person turned outward. One person saw her. And in doing that, he changed everything. For her child, and maybe even for the people who witnessed it. She later said, "He didn't just calm my baby, he calmed me. He reminded me that I wasn't alone." We don't often think of airplanes as places for human connection. They're transitional spaces, everyone just trying to get through the flight and on with their lives. But maybe that's what makes this moment so powerful. Because kindness doesn't need ideal conditions. It doesn't need perfect timing or a polished plan. It just needs someone to notice and act. So next time you're in a crowded place and someone nearby is having a hard time, What if you took the headphones off? What if you looked up just for a moment? What if you became someone's seat 13C? Thanks for flying with us on this episode of The Empire of Kindness. If you've seen a small act of humanity that made a big difference, I want to hear about it. Contact me at matthew@theempireofkindness.com and share your story. It might just end up in a future episode. Until next time, I'm Matthew McInnes. Kindness first, kindness always, and keep your eyes open. The Empire is everywhere.